And for our final game of Super Wildcard Weekend, we welcome you to Glendale, Arizona, where division rival in the Arizona Cardinals helping out the LA Rams due to the wildfires in California to host this final postseason game on a Monday evening as the Rams house heads to the Red Sea, hosting the Minnesota Vikings. Sam Darnold and Matthew Stafford ready to duke it out for the final spot in the divisional round, where the winner of this one will head to Tampa Bay to take on Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. And the Vikings are 14-3 this season. One heck of a year for that squad. Came up just short of a 1 seed in their Week 18 loss to the Lions, who swept them this season. As for the Rams, a hot and cold year, but once again division champions. San Francisco had a very down year, and the Rams were able to just barely win the tiebreaker of strength of schedule over the Seattle Seahawks. As we are underway with a Will Reichert kickoff. Rams begin on offense, starting this return from the 3-yard line. And right side it goes for, looks like Tutu Atwell up to the 31-yard line. So Matthew Stafford going to get the first taste of offense in this one. And he is looking for another playoff win to add to his resume. One of the most experienced quarterbacks in the postseason. And he is, I believe, one of just a couple of Super Bowl winners in the playoffs right now. This is welcome everybody joining me. Luco Productions back in here. Arturo SM. Everybody else joining me throughout. As Stafford will get us started right side to Tyler Higbee, who's got an early first down. There's Stephon Gilmore, the last cornerback to ever win Defensive Player of the Year. Might change with a PS2 depoy. Early stream today, just got to get this one in before the actual wild card starts. So figured I would start it as close to the kickoff as possible, giving myself a little bit of time. What up, Brendan Marks and Theo Isaac? As Matthew Stafford goes under center, 4-man rush this time from the Purple People Leaders as Puka Nacua eating up the defense across midfield. Into Ram territory. I should say Viking territory. What up, King Chavez? Yes, indeed, and of course this game getting moved to Arizona made it a little bit more chaotic. But glad I waited to stream this game before, or I should say after they announced that it would be played in Glendale. As Stafford hit as he fires down the middle, he goes, got him in inside the red zone. Matthew Stafford feeling good early. That is a strike and a half inside the 15-yard line. No rushes in on this drive, and why would you need to? Stafford finds the post route from DeMarcus Robinson. Beautifully ran her out that time. 3 passing plays, and here's the first handoff right side to Kyron Williams. And he's going nowhere. The wrong direction, a loss of 3. Got the Vikings winning this game? I think they will too. Kind of agree with that. I don't know, if Minnesota plays the Lions for a third time, I actually might take the Vikings. That's not a bad shout. But I also think Minnesota wins this game pretty comfortably. I think 30-14 is my final score prediction. To Stafford on 2nd and 13, trying to quiet the haters, a.k.a. me, but all of a sudden, Andrew Van Ginkel, the former Dolphins, got different ideas. A 14-yard loss, and it's 3rd and 27 back at the 31-yard line. Got to go with the USC quarterback, of course. Sam Darnold has truly revived his career in just a single year in Minnesota. It's pretty bizarre, but I'm happy for him. Andrew Van Ginkel has been an MSG legend for the longest time. Stafford now from the empty. Obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 27. Might want to just fling one to the end zone. Instead, he's going to check it down to Higbee. Still going the wrong direction. It is 4th and 30. And now Joshua Carney has got a lengthy 51-yarder when the Rams thought they were in chip shot range at the absolute worst. Winnipeg's off. Joshua Carney now from the left hash, 51 yards out. Good snap, good hold. Kick is on the way. It is good. And the Rams do take an early field goal lead after their opening drive. As Matthew Stafford started that drive out hot. And when they started to run the football, things went south. Although this game getting pushed a little bit to the southeast due to the wildfires in the LA area that has seen a lot of chaos around the Western American world, especially in the sporting world, although that lacks importance when it comes to the lives of many. But the LA Lakers did have a couple games postponed, as did the Clippers. As the Vikings have got a chance now on offense, starting out at the 26-yard line. Out comes Sam Darnold. Had a failure of a career on the New York Jets, and all of a sudden, in year one, as a Minnesota Viking with an offense behind him, with a lot of talent at wide receiver, he emerges from the shadows and is looking to lead this team to a playoff victory for the first time in a long time, as Aaron Jones is going to lose 3. Shades of Aaron Donald from this front 4 of the Rams, and the last time they made some headway in the postseason, it was behind the strength of Aaron Donald. There's Kobe Turner with a TFL. Second and 13 now for Minnesota. Fans on their feet here, couldn't tell you who they're rooting for, but Hockenson has 12 yards on the catch as Darnold gets his day started 1 for 1. Looks to be a lot of Ram fans in here, but kind of opens the door to Minnesota fans being able to travel on the road a little bit better, which is pretty cool. Just a very chaotic and unfortunate situation that will go down, no doubt, in NFL history. 3rd and 1 here for Darnold. Pocket collapsing. Steps up, throws on the run, down the field, knocked away, incomplete. Looking for Justin Jefferson. Could not find him. Quentin Lake breaks up a sure first down and maybe a touchdown with his right hand. And the Vikings opening drive goes 3 and out. That's definitely a good thing, Arturo. Glad you're not affected. As the punt here for the Vikings will be fair caught at the 21-yard line. And the Rams take back over. 5.5 to go in the opening quarter from their own 21-yard line. Yeah, Eggsov, I thought you live in California too, if I'm not mistaken. So I thought you were a Cowboys fan from Cali, and then Chili was a Niners fan from the Texas region. I know he's Oklahoma, but it's probably the closest team he's got, which is why I always found that interesting. Cooper Kupp is the motion man, gets the jet sweep and loses 2. Andrew Van Ginkel with a TFL. Draft wish list is for Abdul Carter to fall to number 8 dude's a beast. I'm going to be honest with you, that is not going to happen if Cam Ward goes number 1. I think the Browns are going to steal Abdul Carter. Him and Myles Garrett would be absolutely lethal. What up, Iron Fitz fan? 2nd down and a dozen. This time Cooper Kupp lining up in the backfield. And now Stafford will check it down to Puka Nacua. Solid gain of 7. Makes it a 3rd, much more manageable 5 yards than what it could have been. And definitely more manageable than 3rd and 27 like they had on the previous drive. As there is Kevin O'Connell, definitely in a conversation for Coach of the Year. I think he might have to win it this season. Dan Quinn as well could be in that combo. We'll see, though, who ends up winning at 3rd and 5 for Stafford. Near sideline he goes, and that is hauled in for the 3rd time today by Tyler Higbee. Something about Madden and these tight ends, they love it. Yesterday was the Cade Otton legacy game. 12 catches in his first game back from injury, which is insane. Yeah, Abdul Carter is definitely going to go, very high in the draft. We're going to pass on Travis? I think we will, yeah. We don't have anything to support him. Stafford off the play action on 1st and 10. Sets and fires deep down the field, and it's caught by Robinson. Down inside the 40-yard line. 2nd catch, and it's another deep ball from Matthew Stafford. Look back at my predictions from before the season. I had the Vikings at 5-12. I think I had them at 4-13, so don't feel bad. Literally nobody expected them to be this good, including Viking fans. They came out of the dark, truth be told. As they look to rush 5 here. Kupp is in motion. Fake jet sweep and a handoff to Williams, and another rush going the wrong direction. 2 carries, -5 yards for this LA rushing offense. That is not the way to start a football game, let alone a postseason that you are technically hosting. Josh McCarty warming up on the sideline in the event of a field goal attempt. Stafford with a full receiver set. Going to check it down here. Low and underneath, and that is going to be a completion of 8 yards. Stafford over 100 yards passing here in the first quarter. Carter Crosby, that would be a nasty, nasty defense. You're not wrong. I don't know, the Raiders kind of screwed themselves out of a good pick the last couple of weeks. Good team chemistry wins, though, I guess. 3rd and 4 for Stafford. Light pressure, just a rush of 3, so Stafford has literally all day in the pocket. Now going to fire down the field. A man opens up inside the 10, and it is Demarcus Robinson again. Somewhat of a legacy game for Demarcus Robinson, who I don't feel like has done very much this season. First and goal here for the LA Rams. Ball at the 9-yard line. Stafford with a 5-step drop and a fire. Left side he goes, caught by Higbee. And he will set up 2nd and goal now at the 4. Raiders might keep AOC, they may. Second options are James Pierce from Tennessee, Jalen Walker from Georgia. Yeah, I guess if you want to go defense, that would make sense for Carolina. That is probably the wise thing to do. Or wide receiver if one's on the board, why not? 2nd and goal, Minnesota rushing 4. Stafford will fire to the end zone. Touchdown Rams as they take a 2-score lead. It's Robinson, his 4th catch today. It is first to the end zone. Rams take a 2-score lead late in the first. 2-score lead late in the first, I should say. 1:06 left in the opening quarter, as that is in the direction of the Red Sea here in Arizona. Big TD. Cardi on for the extra point. It is on the way, and it is good. Rams are looking for the 4th upset out of 6 games in our postseason sims. Texans upset the LA Chargers. Pittsburgh in overtime in our best game of the postseason thus far with the upset over the Ravens. 37-31 in overtime. Calvin Austin, a walk-off touchdown. And then you had a couple of back-to-normal games with the Bills beating the Broncos and the Baker Mayfield-led Buccaneers coming back to beat the Commanders. But you had the 7th-seed Packers upsetting the Eagles on a last-minute drive. A legacy drive from Jordan Love. Return taken here by Minnesota. Got to jumpstart their offense, and they will begin this drive from the 30. Not an upset. I was actually happy. I see what you did there. I like that. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be too shocked if Green Bay ends up winning, but I don't think they will. We will see. Just 12 yards of offense here today for this Minnesota offense as Aaron Jones will take a handoff right side, and he is only going to get 1 on the halfback stretch. These Chiefs got the reps, that's all that matters, and that's probably why they're going to make a deep run. Probably AFC Championship game in my opinion. We'll see. Although, I don't know, if the Chargers end up heading over to Kansas City, LA might beat them. I'm not going to lie. 2nd and 9 from the 31, handoff to Aaron Jones. Got good blocking, and he went for a truck, and that's actually going to work out not too badly. 3rd and inches is the official ruling, although I feel like if you didn't air truck there, probably could have had more than that. Regardless, though, bumps him forward. One more play to end off a first quarter dominated by the official host of this one, the LA Rams. Darnold hands off to Aaron Jones, cutting outside. Not a good decision, and he's not going to make it. 4th and inches heading into the second quarter. Should have just cut up the field. Would have had an easy yard, and instead it is a punt for Minnesota once again. That is a disappointing way for that drive to go. And a return will be taken this time for the Rams up to the 26-yard line. Goes to Atwell. J.C. Horn passing touchdown. Could happen. Harbaugh does have championship DNA. It's a good point. Yeah, I don't feel like they're going to lose to them. I think the Texans are also just too injured. And C.J. Stroud has not been playing very good football. Rams take over, 1st and 10. And the opening stages of the second quarter, hanging on to a 10-point lead as well as Stafford going downfield, connecting with Cooper Kupp. As the rock continues to be slung right on target of every receiver today for Matthew Stafford. That was a drop in the bucket. Wouldn't shock me. Playoff C.J. Stroud is actually very solid. Side bunch formation to the right side of Matthew Stafford. Williams is going to block and now act as a receiver. Check down football. Caught by Higbee as he turns around and picks up the first down with catch number 5. I don't think Stafford's thrown an incompletion yet today. He is set for a legacy game so far through about 11 minutes. Yeah, Harbaugh won the Natty. So, definitely championship DNA in old Jim Harbaugh's veins and arteries. Into Viking territory. Stafford off the play action. Goes down low, and it's caught by DeMarcus Robinson, who I guess was recently booked for his DUI. That happened in November. Although I don't think any prosecution will occur until February, post-football season. So as far as I'm concerned, he should be okay. Nope, Michigan took down Michael Penix Jr. and the Washington Huskies in the Natty. Matthew Stafford on 1st and 10. With a handoff up the middle to Kyron Williams, trying to bounce it outside. And he will seek just 2 yards. Cam Bynum on the tackle. Never lost to Jim. Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. They have played each other quite a few times and still never gotten the best of Big Bro. Will he ever? Maybe this postseason they might meet. That would be something. A little AFC championship. Don't call it crazy. 2nd and 8 outside pass caught by Higbee. Turns upfield and gains an extra yard or 2 in the process. It's a gain of 6. Stephon Gilmore escorts Higbee out of bounds. 3rd and 2 from the 22 is the official ruling. It's Tyler Higbee. I believe that is catch number 6, maybe 7 with that one. Williams now in the backfield. Stafford off the play action, fires his direction, knocked out by Andrew Van Ginkel. A pass breakup, a tackle for loss, and a sack, all in the first 13 or so minutes. Ravens going to win the bowl? They might. Very well could. Lamar Jackson is playing some really good football right now, too. And the Rams are going to keep the offense on the field. Why not? Already up by 2 scores. Stafford with a 5-receiver set. Fires right side. It is inaccurate, but it's caught by Robinson. 6 catches, 104 yards, and a touchdown. What a stat line for DeMarcus Robinson. I don't think he gets this much playing time as is. Let me see his season stats. I really don't think he actually sees the field this much. But I can review that real quick. Stafford on 1st and 10. 2 receivers left and right. It's a handoff to Williams. Good blocking up the middle. And even still, only able to muster 2 yards. Yeah, I mean, DeMarcus Robinson has 500 yards all season. He had a couple good games here or there. But yeah, he has really been a ghost the last handful of weeks, with the exception of last week, because the Rams didn't have many of their starters out there. Stafford with a handoff up the middle to Williams again. Back to 0 with that gain of 1. Very disappointing stat line right now for Kyron Williams, but plenty of time to turn it around, I suppose. Can't be insanely upset with it. Under 6 to go now in the opening half, 3rd and 7. Ball spotted at the 10.5-yard line. 3-step drop for Stafford. Fires backcourt of the end zone. Caught by Cooper Kupp. Touchdown, Los Angeles. And their lead is 3 scores with a Joshua Carty extra point. It is all L.A. in Glendale. Did not expect this at all. Quite shocked, actually. Cooper Kupp gets his feet down that time. It might be night-night already. No lies. Carty on for the extra point. Rams are ahead by 17. Whose house? Cardinals' house. Well, today it's the Rams' house. 10 plays, 74 yards. 4-minute, 7-second drive. Led by Matthew Stafford, who I believe has had maybe just that one incompletion on 3rd and short. He has been on fire so far in this game. Kickoff coming up here, as the Vikings have got to wake up. McCarty on for the kickoff. How does Minnesota respond to a 17-point deficit? With a return to the 26-yard line, Darnold takes over. 1st and 10, 5:41 to go in the opening half. We'll see Arturo. And we'll see in a little bit Brandon Marks. Minnesota's offense is not even seen the other half of the football field so far on this one with a jet sweep to Jordan Addison. They look to go forward. It's a gain of 2 once again. That sounds good, Brandon Marks. Sounds good to me. And now here we go. From the 28, it's Darnold. Cool, calm, and collected. Drops it off to his number 1 man, Justin Jefferson. Seems so Fitz fan, although we got 9 people in here talking. Streaming at 1 o'clock though on a Saturday seems to be a little bit obscure, but hey, I had to make it work. It had to happen. What a flash, Gordon. 17-0, yeah, pretty crazy start to this one. Glad to have you in here, my friend. As Aaron Jones up the middle with the longest run of the game so far. It's a pickup of 11. And all of a sudden, Minnesota's offense has found a spark. Back-to-back first downs. 1 passing, 1 rushing. And now from the 47. Justin Jefferson in motion, about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Darnold, play action pass, step it up, looking to escape the pocket, and he is going to gain just 2. As an injured Viking offensive lineman on the play that time. We'll stop the clock with 4:01 in the opening half. So, don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty shocked about how this game has started so far. Did not expect the LA Rams to be up 17-0 at any point, let alone right off the bat. Minnesota's offense has been dormant. Matthew Stafford has activated playoff mode. And the Rams lighten it up here at State Farm Stadium. 2nd down, 8 yards. Quick release from Sam Darnold. It's a gain of 2 into Ram territory for the first time this afternoon. What else to wonder if the Lions beat the Vikings? Might indeed lead Vikings going on a losing streak. Or it could be one of those like Michigan beats Ohio State and lights the fire under their hind end type of things. I don't know. I guess the wild card will be the telling tale of that one. 3rd and 6 here for Darnold. Pocket collapsing, and so is he as he throws that one out of a sack. Incomplete. But he was absolutely hammered down in the backfield by a couple of LA Rams that got to him in the pocket. And once again, a punt coming up here for the Minnesota Vikings. First one from enemy territory. They take a step closer to a score, but still, they need points ASAP. As this punt shaked out of bounds at the 25-yard line, a net 24-yard punt. Stafford, 17 of 18. That is one heck of a stat line. And he has got 204 passing yards and 2 TDs as well. Shizzle Adonis, I do know who that is. Yeah, big Steeler fan. $400,000-minute quarters. Yeah, that's on me. That would really draw the audience now, wouldn't it? Handoff up the middle to Kyron Williams. And even though the running game has just been absolutely abysmal today, this Rams offense is finding strides in their veteran quarterback. They don't got to worry about their run game underperforming just yet. Not until Minnesota at least puts up a point on the board, which they have not even come close to. Final 3 minutes of the second quarter. Higbee stacks up the left side and gets the football across the middle of the football field. Tackle down at the 32-yard line. Stafford makes himself 18 of 19. Audience obviously probably. Van Ginkel pick could happen. Vikings were the surprise team this season. Looked unbeatable at times. It would be a big disappointment for them. They're 1-and-done in the playoffs this year. Well, they got to get revenge because they ended up actually losing in LA on Thursday Night Football not too long ago. So, see if they can avenge their demons in one of their 3 losses. As Stafford down the middle finds Higbee again. A first down for Los Angeles. Takes us to the 2-minute warning here in the first half. It's the Rams 17, the Vikings nothing. Did not expect this out of either team. Quick resumption from the 2-minute warning. Stafford, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL in the 2-minute drill. Looking to get it started deep down the field. It goes. Puka Nacua is out of there. 62-yard touchdown. And the Rams are pouring it on at State Farm Stadium. Simple go route, and he got lost in coverage. As Puka Nacua continues to dominate defenses. And this is becoming a blowout in the first half. Extra point for Joshua Carty. Up and good. 24-0 lead for the LA Rams. Gives the other team a pick or something to make things somewhat interesting. Well, it didn't happen that time. Yeah, Van Ginkel pick would have made things at least a little bit interesting there, but not going to happen. Night might be the call. It may just be. And so here we go now. Minute 54. Darnold gets his shot at a 2-minute drill. Matthew Stafford could not have ran a better 2-minute drill, although I guess you could argue he could have ran some more time off the clock. Return taken from the 5-yard line. It's Brandon Powell. Up to the 27. $1:50 to go for the old USC Trojan. Beat him to it, you didn't need. Los Angeles now in cruise control. Looking to maybe not pull a LA Chargers in the 2023 postseason. So long as they don't give up any points here to end the half, they should be okay. Bunch formation right for Sam Darnold. He will drop back in the pocket. Lost the football, and it's scooped up by Minnesota. Thought it was going to be scooped up by the Rams there for a second. And Darnold avoids further disaster. Jared Verse came in like a torpedo. Huge sack. 2nd and 28 after the fumble. Darnold going to check it down to Hockenson up the sideline. He goes. It's a positive play, but a very non-negotiable positive. Goodness gracious. What up, Charles Thomas? Wonder what the stands will look like for this game in Arizona. I actually think it'll be pretty balanced, believe it or not. I think there will be a lot of fans of both teams in this game. 3rd and 20. Jet sweep action up the middle to Jordan Addison. Not too terrible, actually. Found the right gap, but never was going to get close enough to the line to gain. Rams want the football back. They want to make this an embarrassment for the Minnesota Vikings in the opening half. My goodness. Yeah, fumble there would have been truly detrimental to this Minnesota offense. As a punt coming up here. Once again, for the Vikings, fair catch called for at the 24. 1 minute to go here in the opening half. All Rams all day. Demarcus Robinson's got a touchdown. Cooper Kupp's got a touchdown. And Puka Nacua's got a touchdown. Matthew Stafford, 19 for 20, I believe. 3 TD first half. What a Buffalo Bills fan. I got Minnesota winning this game in real life 30-14. But I have disagreed with Madden in almost every game so far. So we'll see. Stafford on 1st and 10. Out route. And that is going to be caught going down low for it. Is Higbee once again. He has been pretty much the go-to guy for non-touchdown scenarios so far in this game. And apparently he does go down inbounds that time. So clock continues to tick away. Rams not too worried about scoring any further. Although they wouldn't mind a field goal or two. Cooper Kupp on the out route is able to escape out of bounds. He will lose 5 yards, though, in the process. Dragged out of bounds by Stephon Gilmore and company. Stafford on fire, not even in LA. That might be too soon. Might be too soon. Creative, though, I'll give you that. 5 wide formation for the LA Rams. Vikings are going to blitz 5. Stafford well protected. Deep down the field he goes. Jump ball is knocked away. He got a little too ambitious that time. And Minnesota will get the football back with about 10 seconds left in the half, so most likely going to be your halftime score right here. Deep shot there really would have put the icing on the cake, the syrup on the pancakes. Punt coming up here for LA. That is a rarity. First time I think I've had to say that today. And a return taken by Brandon Powell up to the 20, call it the 33-yard line. With some notion time. Yep, Rams, Vikings in Arizona moved due to the wildfires out in the LA area. Unsafe conditions not only for players but fans as well, so they don't want fans traveling to a possible mass casualty situation. Vikings do have all 3 timeouts. Won't have enough time to use them all, though. Darnold going to try to get his squad into field goal range, and he will find Jordan Addison on a crosser, getting them into Hail Mary range. So one final play for Kevin O'Connell's squad to get on the board in the second quarter. Yeah, I think fan distribution for this game is going to be up in the air. It's going to be a big question mark, but still going to give the edge to the Rams probably. As this will be our final play of the opening half. Darnold says a prayer, fires down the sideline, double coverage, passes incomplete. It's headed for Jalen Naylor. And that will take us to halftime. It is the Rams 24, the Vikings nothing. Darnold starts half number 2 with the football, looking for a miracle comeback, which the Vikings are no stranger to. Down 33-0 to the Indianapolis Colts. Came back and won that game in dramatic fashion a couple of years ago in 2022. Ended up losing a wild card game to the New York Football Giants. Cannot believe that actually happened. Return taken here by Minnesota. Brandon Powell up to the 30-yard line. Minneapolis miracle, perhaps. It's going to take more than that. Might take the whole state of Minnesota to perform the miracle that they're going to need. Got to start here with a touchdown on their opening drive of the second half. Just 11 passing yards today for Sam Darnold. Got to turn this one around. Off the play action, he begins. Checking it down, and it will be caught. Just a 1-yard pickup to Jordan Addison. Looked like that was supposed to be a screen. And more miscommunication. Does not help. Will be an offensive juggernaut type of game if they come back. Absolutely. That is the big if right now, though. Rams fans are on their feet on 2nd and 9. Aaron Jones motions back into the backfield. Screen passes to Jefferson, and he could not get anywhere near that one. Pressure in the face of Darnold by Jared Verse again. He has been an absolute dog this season. And that reflects in Madden as well. 3rd and 9 for Sam Darnold. What's coming off the edge? Darnold going to loft this one wide open down the field, and there is the Minnesota spark they needed. Touchdown Vikings. Naylor gets the scoring started for Minnesota. Okay. And they should go for 2 here. Trying to keep this a 2-score game if possible. We'll see, though. Yes, they will. Good decision being made here. 2-point attempt for Sam Darnold. Bunch formation right, as that is the way he looks to escape it. He is sacked. And it remains a 3-score game in favor of the Rams, but Minnesota seems to have found their stride on their offense. Could make this game interesting. Rams will take back over with 9:13 left. In quarter number 3, ahead by 18, Matthew Stafford still has shown no signs of slowing down. Shining bright. Lefts and rights. Reichert over the kickoff. And a return from inside the 10. To the 29 it goes. Way too wide open. Exactly. Rams take it over. What can Matthew Stafford produce here offensively? Had one of the best playoff performances in the first half in NFL history with that 3 touchdown, 2 incompletion half. Super efficient. More of that. This game will be over by the midway point of this quarter. Swing pass to the outside. Caught by Robinson. Forward progress. Stopped up to the 33-yard line. I'm a Browns fan. Might be able to see that in the profile pic. I know the colors are there, but kind of hard to tell. Definitely not our best season, but it is what it is. 2nd and a half dozen. Stafford well protected as he has been all day, and this will be a check down to Kyron Williams. A yard short though, so an opportunity here for a Minnesota stop, which they need now more than ever. There is indeed more Bills fans, it's true. Yes, I agree, though. I haven't seen him in a while. If you could pop in here, we'd have another Fins fan. 3rd and a short yard. Cooper Kupp motions in and back out. Handoff to Kyron Williams on the exterior. Mean stiff arm at a first down rush. And the drive continues. Yeah, yes, I agree, Noseball. I'm sure he'll be back in here at some point, hopefully, for our Super Bowl stream. 15-minute quarters in that one, of course, as always. Outside handoff to Kyron Williams. Up the field he looks to go. We'll take 3 yards that time. He is gradually getting better. Even still, though, one of his worst games of the season. Starts in the postseason. Good to shake off the demons early, though, I guess. When your team doesn't necessarily need a blast off the Mars performance. Not a bad thing to just keep the timer rolling. Stafford will keep the offense rolling, finding Puka Nacua in Minnesota territory. Up to the 45, and there is the 300-yard passing mark for Matthew Stafford. Rams are going to dominate this game pretty badly, it seems. If it ever gets to about a 30-point game, I might just super sim it out. This has looked rough so far. And it might get even worse. Higbee motions outside. Stafford, deep drop back, check down. Caught by Higbee up the middle. Byron Murphy takes him down just a yard short of the first down marker. 10th catch today for Mr. Tyler Higbee. Puka Nacua, future Hall of Famer? I mean, that's a hot take, I feel like. To be a Hall of Fame wide receiver, you got to have a really good career. 2nd and a yard. Kyron Williams standing to the right side of Stafford, who gets the fake handoff that time, and a check down to DeMarcus Robinson is caught with first down yardage. Fair enough. We'll see what happens. Right, future, I got you. As we approach the midway point of the third quarter. Stafford, quick pass. Crosser is dropped by Nacua. Beautiful route ran right there by Puka Nacua. Even better defensive play, though, from this Minnesota secondary, who really played pretty well in their last game against the Lions. Got to blame the linebacking core and the defensive line for that pitiful performance against Jahmyr Gibbs, giving up 4 touchdowns. That is rough. Stafford on 2nd and 10. Fires this one left side. Caught by Higbee up the sideline and into the red zone. Hammered down hard at the 13. Matt should add more postseason event types and not only the Super Bowl. Yeah, I would agree. I'd love to see, Wildcard divisional round AFC championship on the field. That would be a much better touch. Once again, Los Angeles knocking on the doorstep. And Stafford is getting impatient of knocking. Wanted to barge in there with a touchdown pass. Settle for the 7-yard line. What up, Santorio? Wouldn't be too surprised with this outcome. I would be. I should say I wouldn't be shocked by the outcome. I'd be shocked by the score and the circumstance. But, yeah, the Rams already beat them once, so we'll see. Stafford on 2nd and 4 is going to fire to the end zone. Touchdown to Marcus Robinson. His second, Stafford's fourth. And the extra point will make it a 5-score game, which is pretty much going to put this one to rest. And as promised, if it ever gets so out of hand that it turns to a 30-point game, we're going to end up super simming this one out. Who do you think is going to make the divisional round? I actually like all the favorites. I like the Chargers, the Ravens, the Eagles, the Bills, the Buccaneers, and the Vikings. It's only happened 6 times in the last 40 years that or 6 times in the last 46 years that all the favorites have won the wild card. I think this year adds to that total, actually. We'll see, though. Wild card always brings us a lot of chaos, so I could see a Commanders upset. I could also see a Rams upset. Other than that, though, it would take a pretty fair shout for any other team to come away with a victory in the wild card round, in my opinion. We'll see, though. Turn out the lights, party's over. It must be. Yep. Shout out to the Cardinals for providing for a division rival for the second time in the last 5 years. Keep in mind, they did that during the COVID year when the 49ers were not allowed to play in California there for a couple of games. Aaron Jones gets the handoff up the middle. Just a gain of 3 yards. So a day in infamy for this Minnesota Vikings squad, which has seen much better days, and obviously the history of this team continues to take a trip south during the postseason. They've lost 4 Super Bowls and lost some other games in absolutely heartbreaking fashion. Looks like this game is going to follow that same script as Aaron Jones looking to follow Hockenson. Loses a yard. Will they sign back to Arnold? Probably. I don't see why not. Can never let one game define a player. Sometimes you can't even let a whole season define a player. So I don't think they'd get rid of him, even with the terrible performance. 3rd and 8 here for Sam Darnold. Well protected, and he will launch this one downfield, swatted away, incomplete. Rams have been feasting on the offense of Minnesota all day today. And that trend continues. 4th and 8 on the horizon. And they are just going to punt it away. Down 5 scores. Or 4 scores, I should say. And the Rams take it over at the 29-yard line. 3 minutes to go. And expect a lot of rushes in this one. I'm simming after they score a touchdown. Get myself and get you guys out of here ASAP. But let me know, chat, who do we have winning these wildcard games? Who's your biggest upset of the postseason? I think, honest to goodness, if the Chargers make it to the divisional round, they may end up beating Kansas City. I actually like their odds. Williams takes that one for his longest rush today of 8 yards to the left side. And keeps the timer rolling along. Batteries beat the kettle. Really want the Packers to beat the Eagles. Seems to be a pretty popular trend. Could happen, though. Packers are the most dangerous 7th seed. And probably the most dangerous road wildcard team, I must say. Stafford has all day to pick out a target. Down the middle he goes to Marcus Robinson again. This is getting ugly. Matthew Stafford approaching a 400-yard day in the wild card round. That is crazy. Final 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter. A touchdown means we are super simming this one out. Stafford checks it down to Nakua, who rolls backwards, and he'll take 7. I also cannot see Pittsburgh winning today, but who knows? Commanders taking down Tampa, probably. Got to see the stats after the Super Sim, of course. Who thinks the better 7 seed, Broncos or Packers? Probably the Packers. But both teams kind of ended the season in not such a strong fashion. I know the Broncos won 38-0 in Week 18, but before that, though, they looked pretty bad. We'll see. First down carry there for the Rams. Takes us to the final minute of this third quarter. As Stafford off the play action, looking for touchdown pass number 5, and he has got it to Cooper Kupp. 5 passing touchdowns, 400 passing yards, no interceptions. Have yourself a day, Matthew Stafford. And after the extra point, unless we can do it right now, which we can't, we'll Super Sim this one. Broncos are the better 7 seed. They might be. Oh, wait, Super Sim is right there. We'll do it after this extra point. Rest assured. Josh McCarty on for the point after. And he will make this a 32-point lead for the LA Rams. So I don't love to do this, but in an informal setting like the postseason, you figure you may as well, as we got to get to a play clock situation, I believe. There we go, Super Sim. So we're just going to, I guess, we'll just go, well, I don't want to play anything. Jump forward. And we'll just do it like this. Minnesota heads down the field. Not going to be doing anything too crazy. Rams take over. And they come up empty. Another Ram touchdown. Matthew Stafford again pouring it on. Minnesota finally gets back into the end zone. And your final score, 45-13. Final stat line for the game. Matthew Stafford, 411 pass yards, 91.9% completion percentage, 5 TD day. Well, not the most entertaining game, but hey, the Rams with a huge home upset. Home away from home in Arizona. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Looking forward to some divisional round streams next week. We'll find out who gets to play who after this